Hello again and welcome to another edition of Suds and Country. Hi, I'm Herb Suds and welcome to the show, my friends. I happen to have a lovely lady next to me. Her name is Angelle, DreamWorks recording artist right from Nashville. She's here at the Colorado Cafe this evening. How are you doing?
I'm doing just fine. You talk like my family.
Why do I talk like your family?
I know you said you're from here, but you sound like you're from New Orleans.
Well, maybe I'll meet you down there and we'll talk and see if
You
we
sound
can.
Cajun to me.
Do I?
Yeah, you do.
That's a New Jersey Cajun accent.
He's a New Jersey Cajun, okay?
I'm a New Jersey Cajun. What am I about 2,500 miles from the bayou?
Oh, yeah, at least that,
At
you
least.
know. I heard you have alligators up here. Is that true?
Oh, they walk around here sometimes.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, two-legged ones. And they come at you here once in a while. Let's talk about your self-titled album. You describe it as musical gumbo.
Yeah, I have an album out on DreamWorks Records, self-titled, Lisa Angelle. And I grew up in New Orleans and have a lot of musical influences. I've been writing songs for other people for years. So I decided it was my turn, and we put out an album. We have a new single out, too. Yeah.
What is it?
I Will Love You. It's beautiful.
Is it?
Yeah, it's like a wedding song.
You wrote that?
No, this is the only song on the album that I did not write. I actually found this song after I had finished the album. Okay. And I heard it, and it touched my heart so much. It really made me feel like I wanted to be in love for the first time in a long time, because the words are so...
No.
Oh, yeah, they're so... They're
No,
so right
love
on.
for the first time in a long time I'm referring to.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
okay. Y'all are going to see me beat him up before the show's over, okay?
That's what I was referring to.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's a beautiful song. It's called I Will Love You, but...
When's the video coming out on that?
we think in about 4 weeks.
Okay.
But you know, I've already had 2 videos.
I know. We're going to throw them in the show as we talk.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
You wrote and produced almost every track on this album. Am I correct in saying that? Are there true stories behind all those songs?
Oh, my goodness, yeah.
Oh, yeah. You lived it?
Oh, yeah. I mean, just like the song that I wrote for Wynonna Judd, I Saw the Light. That was a true story, too. It was about a really bad boyfriend who...
oh, yeah. They're in the world?
Oh, my gosh, yes. There's some good men, too, but, I mean, of course. But there was a boyfriend that I had...
You're sitting next to one.
That's right. There's a boyfriend that I had who I pulled up to his house. Your hat's lovely, and your eyebrows are even better.
Okay.
There was a boyfriend that I had that I pulled up to his house to actually surprise him, and I saw the curtain move. I saw him lay a big fat kiss on a beautiful long dark-haired girl, and I got really mad at him.
You have every right to be.
I did have every right to be. I had been dating him for 4 years, the little rat. So I went and picked a rose out of his rose garden, put it on his front porch, went home and wrote I Saw the Light for Wynonna Judd, and it was #1 for 3 weeks.
How did it feel to have a #1?
It felt great, because up until that time I was eating Rice Krispies dry out of the box and, you know, making that head of cabbage last for a week.
Yeah. I've heard stories like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was great.
You see, I read in your bio that songwriting is very easy for you. Quote.
Who wrote that?
Quote. Fall out of your imagination almost fully formed, complete with arrangements. Is that true?
Yeah,
That's
is true. It is true. My mother was a singer-songwriter when she met my father, who was a program director and DJ. So we come from a long line of musical people, and basically I grew up from the time I wrote my first song when I was 7. So
we'll get to that one. I read that too.
Oh my gosh, it's a great song. You can only imagine.
It's 7 years old. About in Sunday school.
Yeah, about my little boyfriend Timmy Blake.
There you go. Songs come to you while you're in motion.
Yeah.
Is that true?
That's true. What, you think it's all lies in my bio, dude?
I want to ask you one question when I read that.
What?
What kind of motion for a love song?
Well, I had a truck. I had one of those Ford F-150s that I used to go mudding in, go off-roading in. Yeah. Mistake, by the way, they turn over. So, but I used to drive a lot in that, and I wrote most of this album driving around in my truck. Yeah. It just seems like that ideas are in the air, you know, and as a professional songwriter, I have to say that over the last 10 or 12 years, almost all my songs have come when I've been on a plane or in a truck. Or
I read that. That was unusual, because usually, you know, what, do you get the idea, the hook or something from a song?
It just comes. No, it just comes.
And you have a pencil in hand ready to write?
No.
Oh. You have a tape recorder in hand.
Sometimes, yeah, sometimes. This album came about by the ideas basically would come into my head, and the songs would come into my head, and I call up my co-producer, Andrew Gold, who lives in Ridgefield, Connecticut, and we would get in the studio and record them right then. So that's how this album came up.
Cool.
Yeah,
That's
and they're
cool.
all true stories.
Did you, all the songs that are on this album, did you have a chance to go out into an audience and air them songs in front of an audience, or did you just pick the songs and say, okay, we'll put them on the album, and then take the album out on the road?
No, actually, I had these songs done. By the time that I actually got my record deal, they put out the songs that I brought them as demos.
Okay.
We just put them out.
Oh, put 'em
but
out.
speaking of getting to air something, I just got back from a USO Air Force tour.
Okay.
In Kunsan, Korea,
Ooh,
Osan,
okay.
Misawa, Japan, Yokota. So we toured all over Thanksgiving and Christmas, and
That had to be cool.
it was incredible. And we had 3,000 to 5,000 people per show. On one show I had 100 kids up on stage with me.
Isn't that incredible?
Yeah,
the feeling has to be outrageous.
Oh gosh, it was
Yeah,
great because
yeah.
these people give so much of their lives, you know, and
know,
sacrifice
for
so
country.
much.
I know.
Yeah, and my brother actually is a major.
I read that.
Yeah,
I
he's
read
a
he's there.
Special forces, so I know what they sacrifice.
There's 2 videos written here. Which one do you want to show?
Wow.
Pick one.
Okay,
Pick one.
we'll just start from the beginning. Oh, we'll start with "I Wear Your Love."
Tell us where it was shot, how long it took to do it, and you know all the good things that the people out there won't ordinarily know.
Okay, well, first of all, I don't love snakes, contrary to popular belief. Okay, I do, however, love the show The Crocodile Hunter, and I wish I had watched it before I did this video. But when I got on the set, I had asked for a raccoon. We filmed this down in Florida in the swamp, and the director said, "Close your eyes, I have a surprise for you." And he put a 48-pound constrictor on around my shoulders and said, "Roll 'em." So I had to go with it, and we shot this video in the mud. I grew up in the mud in Louisiana.
Yeah, you were in the mud on that video.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up in the woods, you know,
Yeah.
basically. So it was natural to me, with the exception of the snake. And I have a little story about the snake.
Okay.
Okay, this snake, I was told, first of all, I didn't care for snakes, as I said, but I was told that this snake had a cold. I felt
They have
sorry for
colds?
it. Well, okay, watch. I felt really sorry for this snake, right? So during the video, you see me holding her and kind of kissing her on the head. And about 12 hours into the shoot, she bit me on the tailbone.
Oof.
All 4 teeth sunk into my tailbone. They had drugged her, and she woke up right toward the end of the shoot and started squeezing me.
Ah.
So they had fibbed to me, basically, and I bought it.
Snakes are not
It's
nice.
show business, you know?
That's show business. There you go. You're a veteran songwriter whose compositions have been recorded by some famous artists in Nashville. We'll go by first names only.
Why,
here.
sir?
Kathy?
Whatever are you talking about?
Anya, Trisha, number 1 for Y. And that's pretty cool.
Wait, you forgot somebody.
Who did I forget?
Bart and Lisa Simpson on the Yellow album.
You're kidding
No.
me. You did something for them?
Yeah.
For Bart and Lisa?
Yeah.
What did you do for them?
I wrote the duet, the brother-sister duet, the fight song where they're,
Cool.
you know, anyone else but you.
Why don't they ever tell me this kind of stuff?
You know, I don't know. Do you remember the show Beauty and the Beast with Vincent, you know, the big character, and Linda Hamilton played the beauty? You remember that show?
No.
You don't? Well, I bet you every woman out there does.
Oh.
I used to be in love with Vincent, but that theme song, I sang that too. So
Did you ever do jingles like they say in Nashville? Your demo jingles and all that kind of stuff.
I did jingles when I was 8 years old.
I know. How about the Tasty Donut one?
Why don't you make a stop at your tasty donut shop? Take home a sack of happiness. And it goes on and on.
You wrote it?
Oh, yeah, and we got a sack of, well, about 3 dozen jelly donuts for that commercial.
That wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad at all. They were great.
They were great. For 8 years old, they were great.
Oh, yeah.
First song ever written Sunday school, like you said earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember the words of that?
Oh, I remember one of the verses.
Yeah, you want to...
Sure. I'll tell you, I was in love with a little boy when I was 4 years old till I was 12. He went to my Sunday school class, and we held hands under the Sunday school table. The reason I liked this little boy so much, I was in love with him, was because he could outrun me. And one Sunday I decided I was going to get his attention, so I went home, wrote this song with my mama, went back to church, got him in the back of the church, stood
Ooh,
him. Yeah,
how
I know.
lucky can it be?
Well, I mean, I was 7, but I stood up on the steps and I said, "Now you stand there, and I've got something to tell you." So I sang this song. It goes like this: "My darling Timmy, you are to me my cotton candy, my gumdrop tree. Just tell me you love me and say that you care. The skies will be blue again, roses everywhere." And there were like 7 verses.
Wow.
And wait, watch this. And he stood there and he looked at me and he went, "Bet you can't catch me." And that was it.
Yeah.
You know, it meant nothing to
Smack
him.
'em.
It meant nothing to him, you know.
You were crying your heart out, and
I was.
you had to run after him yet.
I had to chase him, you
You had
know.
to chase him.
I had to chase him, and He basically fell
Men
for
or
this other
men?
girl, you know. And
Men
then,
or men?
Yeah, he came back to me though.
Did he?
When I was 8, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
When you he had your 3 dozen donuts.
No.
No.
No, I wore these little pants with cutouts up the side. I got a spanking for that too.
Did
but
ya?
Yeah, because I cut out the hole. So, yeah. Well,
Okay.
I mean, they were good pants too, but I was 8.
That's a big difference.
Yeah.
Raised in Louisiana.
Yes, sir.
15 minutes from the French Quarter, 10 steps from the bayou.
Yes, sir.
Tell us about that location.
Well,
Your heritage, boy, coming out of Louisiana.
yeah, basically French, Indian, with a little Castilian, Spanish in there.
Yeah?
Yeah. We were brought up in a bayou community outside of New Orleans, and there was an alligator across the street that used to eat the ducks and chase the dogs. And my dad was a radio DJ and programmer down at WNOE on Bienville Street, New Orleans. So we used to drive every day to get him from work and then go home and watch the sunset on the bayou.
You spend any time in the studio?
With my mama, yeah.
No, I mean with Dad in the radio studio.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite sound was that like
Going back, yeah.
going backwards.
Why
absolutely.
didn't you ever become a DJ?
Why didn't I? I did voiceovers.
Did you?
From the time I was about 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I used to sit in the radio station with him, but when I was 12, I was crippled, so that sort of changed
happened?
everything. I had an accident, split my leg in 3 places, and then developed a disease called avascular necrosis. So I couldn't walk for about 3 years, and it changed my life. You know, it made me look at things more seriously. There was a little boy in the hospital when I was going through this because they were going to cut my leg off at one point, and this little boy at Crippled Children's Hospital in New Orleans used to have himself rolled into my room. He had no arms and no legs. He was about 8 years old. He'd lift himself up off the gurney, and he would say, "It's all right, Lisa. Everything's going to be great," you know. And it really got to me, you know. And I learned a lot through that experience, and decided that I wanted to explore something different, you know, and wanted to do something that really touched here.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And maybe helped people.
You're doing it.
You know.
Music.
Yeah, music.
Touches everybody.
It does.
In one way or another.
That's right.
Touches everybody.
It crosses everything: age, experiences, everything.
How did you get to Nashville from New Orleans? We're not talking car, bus, train, or plane. We're talking
Hitchhike.
Hitchhike.
No, I didn't. Don't do that. I didn't. How did I get? Basically, here's the truth. I left home because my father did not want me leaving home, so I used college as an excuse. I went and took all my electives in pre-law and psychology with a minor in journalism, quit my second year, and went straight to Nashville and hit the streets, knocking on doors to get a publishing deal. And I knocked on doors for 6 months, got a job at the Country Music Hall of Fame.
Yeah, they're building a new one.
Yeah, they are, but I didn't do too good there because I would take people on tours and I would make them laugh. And you're not supposed to make them laugh at like Elvis's car and stuff.
No.
I mean, you know, I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
I mean,
I thought it was funny too when I looked at
obnoxious.
it.
I mean, you know,
Yeah, I saw it there.
Thank you.
I saw it there.
Yeah, all right. So I got in trouble for that, and eventually decided to just write songs full time, and started getting cuts by people like Tanya and
Who
Trisha.
was the first person that recorded one of your songs?
I wrote a song when I was 17, and Barbara Mandrell cut it.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah. Christmas song.
Good.
Yeah.
How many songs did you write, or how many songs did you pick before you picked the 12 for this album? Did you write more songs than you had to?
No.
No. Okay.
No, these songs were demos that we were writing. I wrote some in Los Angeles. I wrote some in New Orleans. I wrote some in Ridgefield, Connecticut. Wrote one in New York, and we just basically had demos that we were throwing together. Walked into a record label, and they said, "We'll sign you."
Cool.
So it was like
there
really,
you go.
it was
Ready
great. But
to
this
go.
is after 12 years of work.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You put your
Hard
time
labor.
in.
Yes.
Yeah. You waited tables and all that kind of stuff.
No. I didn't. I've been writing since I was.
Writing. And that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you toured with any artists yet?
No, I haven't had the
Been on the road
privilege
yet?
of doing that. I really want to. I'm going around to see radio right now to sort of try to get this new song, "I Will Love You," on the radio. It's real
cool.
important to me.
Being a songwriter, singer, and producer, what part of the business don't you like? Is there any part you don't like, or the most and the least?
That I can't
The most
take,
and the
okay.
least.
The most part the thing I like most about it is that I get to meet people.
Cool. That's really great.
Yeah, and the times that I've sung live, to be able to look out and see families, with little kids and moms and dads and grandmas and grandpas, I really like that. That's the best part, to be able to meet everyone, from radio to the people that buy the records. The worst part is not being able to take my dogs on the road.
Oh, that's the problem.
That is
How
a
many
problem.
do we have?
5.
No
yeah,
kidding.
I have a little pit bull. She's 14 years old. And she's got cancer, and
Ooh,
yeah, so
that hurts.
that's hard.
You had her since baby?
I've had her since she's 1.
Yeah, it's a long time.
Yeah.
Are there any stylists out there in the world of country music today that are singing? You know, like in the old days, Johnny Cash had a style.
I love Johnny Cash.
Ernest Tubb had a style.
I love Ernest Tubb.
Hank Williams
Marty
had
Robbins.
Marty Robbins.
Love
All
Marty
the
Robbins.
greats. Are there any
Yeah.
stylists out there that you can compare them to?
Oh, I think Vince Gill is a stylist. I know Reba is.
Yeah.
Reba McEntire.
They have their own sound.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, those are the two that immediately come to mind. I tell you who I really liked, who seems to have come and gone at the moment. Was it Noel Haggard?
Noel
Haggard's son.
Oh, yeah, right, Noel, yeah.
Yeah,
right, okay.
I thought he was excellent, but I don't know if he's making
I
another
don't know
record.
what he's doing.
I don't either.
Merle's making a comeback.
Oh, I hear this new record's incredible.
Incredible. I heard that too.
I want one.
I
You
have to
have
get
one?
it. I have to get it. I don't have it yet.
I want one.
Yeah. I think there's enough out there for both of us.
All right. Well,
All right.
Asleep at the Wheel's pretty cool, too.
Oh, they were here
Yeah.
couple of months ago. They were right here at the cafe.
Ray
Benson
Benson.
did a group. He's
Is
one of a
he
kind.
not something?
Is he something else?
Yes, he is. I
Oh,
love
my
him.
God. I play his music on my radio show every
Well, see, now
week.
there's talent. And you talk about a throwback to Stylists, you know.
Oh, yeah, he does. He plays
Oh, he's
Bob
incredible.
Wills.
Yes.
All Bob Wills.
Yes.
Bob Wills is...
Ricky Skaggs.
Yeah,
I
he
miss
plays
him.
all bluegrass.
I miss
Yeah,
him. Yeah.
yeah.
I think we're going to do one of his songs tonight.
Are you?
I think
Cool.
so.
All right.
I think so.
You ever have any dark days while you said, why am I doing this, what I'm doing? Yeah. What would you do if you didn't want to?
No, I do have dark days because there are days when I wonder if they're not exactly dark days. It's just that I feel so led to do what I do. You know, I feel so called into not just music, but into what music leads you into, which is like the thing that we're here to do tonight, which is St. Jude's.
Oh,
you know?
yeah, that's a great cause.
Well, I mean, that music takes you to those places, and I love children. And music has taken me to a lot of things where I can help kids and counsel them, you know,
Right, sure.
and just visit with them and sort of encourage them like we did over in Korea and Japan. And my dark days are when I think I may not be able to do that.
That's true. I never thought of those
You know,
days.
because the rest of it's just what it is, you know, but the part where you actually get to touch and help
Yeah,
people,
that
that's
helps.
the big deal, you know.
Have you ever contributed vocals to anybody else's CD?
Sure.
Names, couple.
Kathy Mateo, Winona, Trisha
You
Yearwood.
did all. You did. Oh, you did
The
all
Simpsons.
the backup vocals for all them, huh?
Yeah, The
Oh,
Simpsons,
cool.
dude, okay? I sang actually on DJ Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince's when they did their cut on the blues album for The Simpsons, too. Air Supply.
Yeah, did you? You did that, huh?
Yeah, I did it with Timmy Schmidt from the Eagles when I was
Okay,
about
Eagles,
20.
my favorite group.
Yeah,
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh, don't even talk about them. I play them every week on the radio.
I love
They're
them.
great.
They are. Hotel California.
Oh,
That
Take
scared
It
me.
Easy, my favorite.
Oh, I love that. Well, see, I
Oh.
wrote with Jack Templeton, who wrote Lion Eyes.
You-
Yes, we wrote a song for the movie, The Belushi Story. We wrote the funeral scene together. It's called Still Looking for a Way to Say Goodbye. That's our song. So, yeah.
Yeah, you're doing all right, kid.
I'm a little songwriter girl.
Yeah, yeah. Do your songs, how do you identify with your songs? Do you, I don't know, the question is kind of vague. How do you identify with your audience, I guess, through your songs, your different songs that you write?
Well, I mean,
That's kind of
I
vague.
think it's all right. I can take that. I think that I think we all have the same emotions. You know, we all go through the same things because we're all human. At least most of us are.
No,
So,
I think, yeah.
I mean, not speaking for my brother,
We're
of
pretty
course.
close here. We're pretty close here as far as human.
But I mean, you know, we all go through the same the hurts and
Sure.
joys. You know, we all experience being in some way the son or daughter of somebody or the friend of somebody, hopefully the parent of somebody. You know, and I think we all feel the same thing. You know, it's just being able to express it in words sort of allows me to connect. And sometimes, like I'm finding on this new song, even though I didn't write it, I'm finding that people call me when I'm on the radio with I Will Love You,
Yeah.
that song, and say, those are the words I wanted to say to my husband or to my wife, and I didn't know how to say them. And it's wonderful. It's kind of like writing greeting cards, you know, 3-minute greeting cards, because sometimes everybody doesn't have the gift of words, you know.
Somebody wrote, I interviewed somebody that said, writing a song is like writing a 4-minute movie.
I agree.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
It's
Who would
very
be your
intelligent.
favorite duet partner if you had to sing, had to pick one
Marty
person?
Robbins.
Marty Robbins. Oh,
Yeah.
he's great.
Marty Robbins, but he's
Yeah.
not with
No,
us.
I can't do that.
No. I met him when I was a little
Did you?
little bitty. Oh, he was so sweet to me, and he sang a few notes. You know, went backstage. I was like,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
That I think, yeah, Marty
Marty
Robbins.
Any
Yeah.
embarrassing moments on stage so far?
Well, you mean every time that I fall, every time I perform?
There you go.
You know, well, those times.
All those times.
Well, I did it. I tell you what I did. I did my first showcase for everyone in Nashville, TNN and CMT and all my friends there, and we put on this big showcase thing down at the Opryland complex. As I was going up the stage, I couldn't wear my glasses because
Your contacts?
I don't like wearing contacts. They mess with my sinuses and my voice and all that stuff, so I don't wear them. But I was trying to go up the steps, and I had one of these corsets on and these tall, tall shoes. I missed the steps and fell. That was my debut.
That was a real one.
Yeah.
What was the most embarrassing thing you ever autographed?
I don't
The
do
most unusual thing you ever
I was going to say, because I don't
unusual.
autograph the embarrassing,
Okay.
you know.
Unusual.
Unusual, you know, I don't know. I, against my better judgment, I autographed a little girl's foot one time.
That's all right. Yeah,
Well,
that's
but
cool.
you know, I would get mad if that was my child.
Yeah, right. Put an ink on it.
You know, especially since it was one of those permanent markers.
We're going to wrap this up with your last video.
Oh, yeah?
Talk to us about your last video.
Okay. A Woman Gets Lonely is another true story. I wrote that about a boyfriend who is now gone, but who was there, and I loved him very, very much. And he was gone a lot, and I didn't want to fuss at him, didn't want to make him feel bad, so I wrote this song.
No.
Yeah, and I played it for him, and he hung around more.
It's on your album?
Yeah, it's on my
Absolutely.
album.
We got a video for it. It has to be on your album.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for being on Suds and Country. My pleasure. Here's Lisa Angelle, and
A Woman Gets Lonely.
there you go. See you next time.